课。好的，那个我们再看一下，就是最近这个联盟的近况啊，我看到有很多战友在转发，就是那个英国著名的那个钢琴家哈。他在这个社交媒体上，他又发了好几张这个很漂亮的相片，是我们在这个英国的战友呢，跟他一起有合影，然后他是拿着我这个新中国联邦的这个国旗。其实我们还有这个战友呢，对这个钢琴家一段精彩的采访，我们先跟大家分享一下这个采访，然后请导哥点评一下，好吧？
好，
I'm very excited.
Hello, Dr. K. I'm so glad to see you again.
I'm glad to see you too.
Yeah. Last week I was here for 3 days.
I saw you.
Did you?
When Louis from Free China came down.
Yeah.
I saw the live stream and I saw the security come over, giving you a little bit of hassle. He actually got quite a few views to that on the Free China YouTube channel. I saw Louis.
Yeah. So
So I was watching.
during that the last 3 days, during that time, I met so many people from Hong Kong, from Taiwan, and from the new federal state of China.
Yes.
They all came here to see you. I know you were busy, so they didn't have a chance, but they were not as lucky as I am. So
I know.
I wonder, how does that make you feel? And what do you think about these people to come to see you? And what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great honor. I mean, I don't think I'm worthy for anyone to show up to see me, you know. I mean, I'm just irrelevant. But the fact that people, I think, come up to see, it's more to see the piano as a symbol of freedom, because I know many people have experienced oppression by the CCP. And I think it was just the incident at the piano with the Little Pinks was a kind of little metaphor for the repression that people have experienced with their families in China. And so I think the piano has become this symbol of defiance. It's somewhere where people can congregate, because where else in London would you meet unless you go outside the Chinese embassy or something? So it's a kind of neutral territory that people can use music and the arts to express their defiance against the CCP. So I want to get myself out of the picture. I don't feel I'm anything. It's more just what it symbolizes, really.
Yeah. And so, I'm from the new federal state of China, and you still can talk to us.
Yes,
and So why can you do that?
Well, because I mean, I don't know much. I've been learning so much about Chinese politics really within the past 2 weeks. I'm a complete newbie when it comes to the CCP. And so I've learned a lot. I've particularly learned a lot from the Taiwanese and from other people who have emailed me about the history of China. So for me, anyone who opposes the CCP, I've got my thumbs up, you know. I mean, I'm not a politician, so I don't know the ins and outs of your organization. I don't know the ins and outs of I'm not a politician. All I know is that I'm against authoritarianism, and I'm just against what I experienced at the piano. So for anyone who's opposing that kind of authoritarianism, I would naturally support it.
Yeah, that's why I initially said.
Absolutely. So, so as I said, I don't know about your organization, but if you oppose the CCP, there must be something good about it.
Yeah, we are actually enemy number one of the CCP. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
So our goal is to take down the CCP. So,
well, I think so. And I was listening to the question that Free China asked you, how are you going to beat down the CCP? And the answer is a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. It's a huge goal. You know, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step.
Yeah.
And so you chip away a little bit at a time. So, you know, for example, the CCP are huge in propaganda, you know, and the brainwashing of the Little Pinks. I've had quite a lot of abusive direct messages on Instagram from Little Pinks. And I was going to print, because some of them are really funny because they can't spell rude words and they spell them wrong. So instead of saying the F word, they say funk you, funk your mother. You know, I've got a lot of those. Yeah. So I've got a lot of those. I'm tempted to reply to them saying you've got your English wrong, but I haven't. So I've had a couple of death threats, you know. And I haven't publicized the emails because I don't want to worry my wife, you know. But I think a lot of it is nonsense. But for me, the brainwashing of these little things is incredible. I didn't realize the young nationalists were so brainwashed.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's a news to me, how they come up with their flags and they into this nationalism. I didn't understand that. And I'm shocked by it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to say. People like us, we are different from the CCP.
Yes.
Just we are determined to take them down. But for other people who work in a restaurant or in a factory, how do British people to tell, or the government to tell they are different from the CCP, because the CCP hire a lot of people
Yes.
who are already working in different fields.
I know. I mean,
Yeah.
I got an email during the week. There was a bit of controversy about the person in the background, whether it was Christine Lee or not.
Yeah.
It was another spy called, I can't remember her name. You probably know her name is Lou something. She's another CCP. She probably can say it. It's probably MI5. There was another spy, a Chinese guy, who I won't tell you his name, wrote to me, and he said, this is another spy. I mean, I'm getting a lot of spy. I've been invited to join the spy. I've been invited to become James Bond. Right. So I've had more information about serious influences over here.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how big it was. So it seems to me that China is playing the long game, that they want it's a long-term influence that they want to do. So they want to get involved with politicians who may become prime minister. So that's what I've heard they're trying to do. They're trying to get involved with politicians and they're playing the long game. And it's an influence. It's what they're trying to do is get influence. And they use it. And what somebody said to me, a Chinese person, I won't tell you his name, he said he went to one of these CCP things up in Nottingham for the New Year. And he said, there's no humor. He said, they're very serious. There's no fun.
Yeah.
And that strikes me about it. These CCP, they don't have a sense of humor.
No.
Have you noticed that?
Everyone behave like a military. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Wait for it. The police are coming. They're gonna. I mean, he thought we were in Beijing. I was like Tiananmen Square,
Yeah.
like if we were in China, I'd be taken off to whatever the camp is. Yeah. And I think he was trying to, it just shocked me that they were trying to impose Chinese law in London. And I think some of the Hong Kong people would call this transnational repression. And there's much more I could have said to them. For example, those cards that they were waving around, those yellow cards, they were all in Chinese. They were anti-disclosure laws, Chinese laws, and no one had signed them. No one had, and they were just waving around. So they came to London and they wanted to make the spot by the piano, a little Beijing.
Yeah.
And so this transnational repression, how they try and threaten the Chinese community, over how their reach is very far. So I understand why a lot of Chinese people don't want to go public. And I've spoken to a few Chinese people who've asked me to delete their videos up once because they got scared. So I was shocked by that as well. So, we got to oppose these people.
Oh, yeah. We love you for that, for your bravery.
Thank you. I don't feel brave. I don't feel brave. I was just doing my thing, right? I don't feel brave. I was just doing my thing. I just stood up. I didn't realize when it happened, people just thought it was a misunderstanding of cultures. Okay. They thought, it was just Chinese. We didn't understand it was a propaganda operation. But it's all come out now. So it's a very interesting story. Hopefully somebody will make a film of it.
Yes.
To sell the rights. Come on, Hollywood. Get on with it. I see a big production coming, live stream catches spy operation. This is a Hollywood blockbuster.
Right.
And it could expose the CCP.
Yes, it will. Yeah. So
Hollywood getting involved.
Yeah, thank you very much. And hopefully in the future you can join our interview again.
Well, yeah, I mean, best of luck. And I'm all for freedom, for dismantling the CCP, for being able to think, and also how they are repressing Chinese culture. That's another thing, the traditional Chinese culture, how these people want to control everything, whether it's the dancers, the old Chinese philosophy, the meditation that they try to put. These people are control freaks and they're narcissists. They want to control, they want to micromanage the Chinese people. It's an anti-human system, right? True. It's an anti-human system, and music and the arts, which is where I'm coming from, threatens them because they can't control it. Like Name We from Taiwan has been banned. Lots of other artists have been banned because they want to control everything. People who are insecure, they were so secure, they wouldn't be trying to brainwash people and control them. So these people are insecure. And I think you dismantle the CCP bit by bit, and often using the arts and humor and sarcasm and taking the mick out of people helps to do it. So, let's keep going. Let's use the arts to express ourselves and to get rid of these authoritarian regimes.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Take care.